Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope that you are having a fantastic Friday. Fun day. We are having a potluck at work today and I'm on my lunch break. The theme for our potluck is breakfast. Look at this food. Oh my gosh. So I came home on my lunch break. I just piled everything on a plate and came home on my lunch break. We have breakfast casseroles, cinnamon rolls, donuts, sausage, bacon, hash browns, fruit and dip, and big ol' muffins. This is what I brought. Then we all got a shirt at work for Christmas. It's a Christmas gift from our boss. And my shirt says, jolliest bunch of teachers in the whole nut house. And it's green. Isn't that cute? My supervisor made those shirts. And so, yeah, I have my Hello Fall, 'tis the season, and it's got, you know, football and pumpkins and leaves and in the fall spirit right now. And I promised you guys a video on session 3, divorce care. So I'm going to go over that right quick while I'm eating my food here. I'm taking my lunch break. And I promised this video yesterday and didn't get it done, so I need to get it done for you guys. Going through my journey in my divorce, anger was not ever an issue for me. I was more hurt than I was angry. Didn't have time to be angry. If I was angry at anybody, it would have been myself during this time. I can say that. I got very angry with myself. I did not get angry with God at all because I know, being divorced before, that everything happens for a reason and God has a big plan. But trying to find that plan that he has for me is what's been so difficult. Because I have a passion for some things that I'm just not able to do. And so I'm unable to do some of the passions because of my circumstances. My money situation, my divorce itself, custody of the kids, things like that. That has really just put a block on me being able to do the things I want to do, that I feel is God-given passions in my life. And so angry wasn't really an issue towards my spouse. And why, you may ask. A lot of people have asked me, why did you not get too upset with your ex-spouse? Well, the reason why is because, number one, the divorce itself was wrong. Number two, the person he left me for, I don't know. The person he left me for was someone that I don't want in my life. I would never want the situation of the choices that my ex-spouse has chosen to be part of my life. I would not want to do the things that he wants to do. And as a Christian believer, we shouldn't be doing those things that was being decided to do. So I didn't want my kids around it. I didn't want to be around it. I don't want it in my life. And therefore, you know, I wasn't really angry at all. Another reason why I wasn't angry at my spouse was because I've known for a very long time he never loved me. From day one, it was probably really about 3 weeks after we were married is when I realized that my spouse didn't care about me. This is so good. The situation itself, I was a little frustrated with the way things were going, but I could not ever get really angry. I was hurt. I always had a plan. I was more depressed than I was angry. So Let's see what Divorce Care says about anger. You know, how do I handle all this anger? Well, let's face it. Some people know how to push your buttons. The only buttons really I had is when my ex-spouse is taking away my motherly rights. When my ex-spouse says I'm a bad mom. When he was never around our family. And when he was never the spiritual leader or the leader at all of the family, and I already had kids. One reason why I knew that my ex-spouse didn't love me is because he always went to someone else to ask how to do things when it came to me being a mother. For example, I was having contractions, and they were the Braxton Hicks contractions, and I had already had 2 children before, so I knew what Braxton Hicks contractions were. But my spouse, one time when I was complaining about the pain of the Braxton Hicks contractions, he was like, well, do I need to call the hospital? Do I need to go take you to the hospital? Do I need to call the doctor? Do I need to, do all these things? And he was panicking because this was his first kid. So I expect him to panic, for that kind of thing. And I was like, no, I was probably a month before having the child. And so I was like, no, but I'm in a lot of pain and I need to take this nice warm bubble bath and I need to calm down and I'm in a lot of pain. It hurts. And so, he was like, well, let me call this other person and ask her what she thinks. And I was like, it was a family member of his. And I was like, what? Like, why in the world would you not listen to me as your wife who has had children before? I know what I'm talking about. But he always had to ask someone else's opinion. He would have certain people in his life that their opinion would count. My opinion, however, would never count. And to this day, he does the same thing. And I think that that is a major problem. To this day, there's no communication between me and my ex-spouse. He has had a very difficult time communicating throughout our whole marriage. And like I said, he has those certain people that he would communicate with. And that's why I have a failed marriage, really. It's just because there was no communication, no empathy, no I care about you and your feelings, or I care about what you think or how you feel. And so, yeah, you guys, there is a lot to be angry about, but God has really given me a peace. So how do you get over your anger in your divorce for what your spouse has done? You know what? Some of these divorces can get really nasty. A lot of these divorces are, it's just hatefulness. It's just evilness trying to attack you. And so, I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through, and you may be getting angry. Like I said, I never got really angry. But I did get angry at myself. So I will explain to you that here in a minute. But God's message to you is everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. James 1:19. What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within your soul? James 4:1. I think that's what my battle was. That's where the anger came, is my passions and my desires, and my soul inside was feeling conviction and was feeling sadness, depression, and high anxiety because I was in an environment that I did not want to be in. And I was in a marriage that for 10 years I knew would fall apart eventually. I knew that if it wasn't me that gave up on the marriage, it would be him. And I was okay with my divorce as soon as he filed. I was sad. I was depressed. Yes. But, and hurt because I loved my husband. Yes. But, I was okay. I was okay with it. And through my relationship with Christ and growing closer with him, he gave me the peace that I needed. Now it says what to do with your anger. And this guy, Chuck, he makes a statement in here. It says, I have to find a healthy way to deal with my anger. I think a lot of the men get very angry through the divorce, but with me, I just did not. And, I do get frustrated sometimes with the situations I'm in. And so that I do have to control and watch how I feel. And I cry a lot, when I get frustrated. That's my main thing, is I just cry a lot, and then I'm like, poor me, and throw a little pity party. But it says here, maybe you'll snap at the kids at breakfast table. Have you ever done that? I don't think I really have done that, but I have gotten frustrated with the kids, especially when they're not obeying. Sometimes if they're not cleaning their room, and then they are telling you, well, maybe at Dad's house we clean and we do chores and we do this and we do that. And then here it's like you can't get them to move. And, you don't seem as a woman to have that authority over the children like their father would. And have you guys ever said, I'm going to call your father? See if you can get him to maybe say something to get those kids to get moving, I've made those threats before. I'm going to call your dad and say you didn't obey, your mom. So, if you find out what your ex may have done the night before or something like that, I can see where women will get angry. Again, when my ex started being with someone else and it became something that I was aware of, I immediately got sad and depressed, and I didn't really get angry. I got hurt. That's what I got. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1. A quick-tempered person does foolish things. Proverbs 14:17. So this talks about how to get your anger under control and apply the truth. So the number one thing is applying the truth to your circumstances. And I think once you figure out what the truth actually is, the anger does go away. So does that depression, and so does the anxiety, and so does the sadness that you will have. And apply the truth. What's the truth? What's the truth on why you're divorced? Why your husband may have cheated on you, or why you are having to leave the home, and why are your kids acting out because of their effects of the divorce? All those things are going to happen. And so once you figure out the truth and why things are allowed to happen, and what's going to go on in your life after that, separation, and after that divorce is finalized, I'm telling you guys, give it to God. It will go away. God's message for you: as churning cream produces butter, and as a twisting the nose produces blood, so stirring up anger produces strife. So that's Proverbs 30:33. So when you start to stir up that anger inside yourself, you want revenge, and then you cause problems and conflict, and the anger will escalate to the point where you're punching holes in the walls and all this. I've had ex do that, punch a hole in the wall, and he did that once, and I just I was like, oh, why'd you do that? Well, you made me so mad I had to punch the hole in the wall. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, enjoy fixing that. Control your anger when you are being hurt by your spouse, and just give it over to God. Now, you're not going to be able to move on into another relationship until you release that anger for that person who's hurt you. You cannot put your faith in man or your ex-husband. You cannot put your faith in the circumstances or where you live or your jobs or any of that kind of thing. You just cannot. You can only put your faith and your trust and know the truth in Jesus Christ. And so I'm going to sit here and finish up my breakfast lunch, you guys. And this is delicious, you guys. Look at this. This is so yummy. But I just want to tell you guys, I'm just so thankful for my divorce. I'm thank you for where I work and what we're doing today as far as celebrating Thanksgiving together as a friendship potluck today. And I pray that over this holiday season, you guys are having a blessed Thanksgiving. I would also suggest maybe have a thankful heart. Even if you're in the midst of going through your divorce, mine's over with, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. But have a thankful heart, because it will help get rid of that anger. Being thankful. You know, this is a good time to be talking about anger right now, you know, with Thanksgiving, and having a thankful heart and understanding what blessings you do have. Even in the midst of all of the ups and downs and roller coaster ride of life that you're on right now, you know, just be thankful for what you do have. And thank God for what you have. Thank God for that marriage that you had. I thank God for that opportunity to be married for almost 10 years. I do. I have no regrets. I would do it again. Would I do things differently? Yes, I would. But I know now what's right, what's wrong, and the path that God has for me. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this encourages you. Have a blessed weekend. I will be making some videos this weekend. So until then, God bless. Bye.